Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys, well, we're back with another Todd Chrisley video because now he is saying, I ain't the small spoon. He's denying the love affair with his male ex-business partner who testified at him in trial. And he's also talking about this tell-all he's about to do before serving his time in prison. This is going to be We'll see. We'll see what happens. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like, and thank you to Radar and all of the other media outlets who are covering this, but it looks like he is coming out swinging, he being Todd, against his ex-business partner, Mark Braddock, over the accusations that they had a love affair. Now, many people over the years have accused Todd of maybe being into men. I hate when people do these sorts of accusations. I think that if somebody wants to come out and say that for themselves, then that's up to them. But I guess when you put yourself on reality TV and you put your life out there, people are going to say and do whatever they want. They feel like you open your life and they can just chime in on it. Todd appeared on his Chrisley's Confessions podcast with his son Chase, and Todd and his wife, Julie, are set to report to prison later this month after being found guilty of fraud and tax evasion. On the podcast, Todd took time out to address Mark's claims that he made while testifying as part of the criminal case. On the stand, Mark told the jury that he had a tryst with Todd while he was married to Julie in the early 2000s. Further, he said he helped Todd carry out his financial crimes. What insulted me the most is that out of all of these 54 years, for me, finally, to be accused of being with a man, it would be someone who looked like Mark Braddock. That's what insulted you the most? The reality star said that Mark looked like a toad and someone that looks like a thumb. Someone who says he's only had sex with his wife and me. I mean, if the guy has a wife too, and he's claiming that he was hooking up with Todd, what does he have to lose? Like, why even come out with those accusations? Of course, Todd's still denying them, but why would Mark just... It makes you wonder. People have different motives, though, but it does make you sort of wonder, like, why would he make that up? Especially if he's already saying, I helped you carry out these financial crimes, allegedly. Why would he just be like, oh, and on top of that, we were hooking up? Todd accused Mark of changing his story over time, and he said, let me tell you something. I could understand if if you'd had hooked up with me, it would make you crazy. I get that. There have been many who have been... Wow. This is what Todd said to Chase. Dignitized by your daddy. I ain't that small spoon at Baskin Robbins. I'm the whole scoop. You don't just get a sample here. That is the one thing that is the most insulting, to say that I couldn't pull something better than that. There's better to be had by Todd Chrisley than that. Todd and Julie have been married since 1996, and they share 3 children. And as RadarOnline.com previously reported earlier this year, we know Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison and will have to serve 16 months of probation once released. Julie, 7 months in prison, while serving 16 months of probation. But Todd did tease a bombshell tell-all interview before his prison sentence, and he said he's going to do this. It's going to be conducted by his son, Chase Chrisley. He said, I'm looking forward to that interview, not because it's going to be a softball interview. And that's what he said on his December 29th episode of Chrisley Confessions. You have said, am I allowed to ask all of the hard questions? And I said, you can ask me anything. I'm your daddy. In addition to the questions from Chase, fans will be able to submit questions for a Q&A, and as the reality star teased, nothing is off limits. Other people want to interview me, and they might say, I know this is probably an uncomfortable question. No, we're good with the truth. The truth is not uncomfortable for us. Later this month, they're going to report to prison, and before they do, they're going to have this sit-down bombshell tell-all interview. I was reading on Twitter and I was reading on social media, going down the rabbit hole, where people were like, it's your son doing the interview. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think it's going to be like he's not going to ask the right questions. Well, if he's saying, I mean, he's already been sentenced at this point. People wanted to know the same thing about other reality stars who are sentenced or getting ready to go to sentencing. It's like before sentencing, you can't really ask a lot of the hard questions, because if that goes back to the judge is going to review that and be like, oh, wait, you said that you pled guilty, right? And you said that you did these things, but now you're telling us how you did these things or how you didn't do them. Oh, that's how you want to play it? You haven't been sentenced yet. So I was going to give you 5 years, but clerk, what's the time? 9 to 12. Okay, 9 to 12 it is. Bailiff, take him out of here. Next. For his part, Chase has been apprehensive to discuss his family's legal drama, as he told his sister, Savannah Chrisley, on her Unlocked podcast. I don't owe the public an explanation. I don't need to explain how I feel to anybody. He also said, you know, aside from his fiance, Emmy Metters, other than that, and the people that I care about and love, I don't need to say anything to anyone. Now, following Todd and Julie's sentencing, the family's attorney, Alex Little, told E! News on November 22nd that the couple plans to appeal their convictions. The trial was marred by serious and repeated errors, including the government lying to jurors about what taxes the couples paid. Based on the issues, we are optimistic about the road ahead. Can they get this overturned? Maybe. You know, and it's interesting because Joe Giudice said in a podcast interview with his ex-wife, Teresa, he's like, where they went wrong was they did not accept responsibility or ownership over any of this. They just kept saying, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. And the government came to the table saying, oh, well, we have all of this information. So if you're not going to plead guilty and you're going to waste our time in trial, we're going to give you a harder sentence. So that's why Joe Giudice thinks that Todd and Julie got substantially harder sentences. He really feels like in his mind, had they have navigated it the way that him and Teresa did by just pleading and saying, listen, we're guilty, we did it, we're sorry, that they would have gotten much softer sentences as opposed to a total combined 19 years. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, so go ahead and comment below. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.